BYD, the Chinese giant taking on Tesla, offering cars for as...
What if you could charge your electric car faster than filling up a gas tank? Sounds impossible, right? Well, BYD just claimed they've done exactly that, and it's sending shockwaves through the entire EV industry. The company announced a new technology, claiming it can charge an electric vehicle almost as quickly as it takes to fill a gasoline car. Is this the breakthrough we've all been waiting for, or just clever marketing from China's biggest auto juggernaut? In March 2025, BYD made a potentially groundbreaking announcement, an EV platform capable of charging up to 250 miles of range in just 5 minutes. Less than 2 weeks later, the Chinese EV giant reported its annual sales of $17 billion, a 29% increase from the previous year and more than 9.5% higher than American rival Tesla. But here's where it gets interesting. Tesla's first quarter deliveries came in worse than expected at just over 336,000 vehicles. Meanwhile, BYD sold about as many EVs as Tesla did worldwide, and that's only about half of BYD's total volume when you include their hybrids. So the big question is, can this revolutionary charging technology actually work as promised, or are there hidden costs and challenges that make it too good to be true? That's what we're diving into today. When Western automakers talk about existential threats from China, they're talking about BYD. China has become the world's largest auto exporter. With EVs starting at $9,200 equivalent, Chinese automakers are going to come here eventually, and they're going to do it regardless of whether there's a tariff or not. This isn't just another startup. It's a company that's actively reshaping the global automotive landscape. In 2018, BYD sold just 100,000 electric vehicles. 6 years later, that number skyrocketed to 1.7 million, surpassing Tesla for the first time in 2024. Today, BYD ranks among the world's 10 largest automakers, outpacing giants like Nissan, Honda, and Ford. But BYD's rise isn't just about volume. In just a few years, it moved beyond producing low-cost vehicles to developing its own lithium iron phosphate batteries, phasing out internal combustion engines entirely, making EVs cheaper than gas cars, and rolling out mass-market driver assist technologies. Their secret? A technology fish pond, a massive team of engineers and innovators constantly pushing boundaries with world-class battery tech and a vehicle lineup ranging from $10,000 compacts to $230,000 luxury models. Now they've dropped their biggest bombshell yet, a 5-minute charging system that could disrupt the entire EV industry. Before this, the industry was already impressed by 400 to 600 kilowatt charging systems. BYD just blew past that. They've announced an EV platform capable of adding up to 250 miles of range in just 5 minutes. To put that in perspective, Tesla's Model Y can charge at a peak of 250 kilowatts, gaining 169 miles of range in 15 minutes. BYD's claim? 248 miles in a third of the time. That's not just faster, it's a milestone many believe EVs need to truly replace gas vehicles. Skeptics who've long said, "I won't switch until charging is as fast as fueling up at a gas station," may now have to reconsider. That day could be coming sooner than expected. How did BYD make this leap? It goes back to their innovation ecosystem. With tens of thousands of engineers and over 25,000 patents, BYD has spent years methodically building the capabilities that make such breakthroughs possible. Today, BYD doesn't just compete on price, it competes on innovation, scale, and performance. From economy to luxury, they've positioned themselves to lead. But is this 5-minute charging tech truly a game-changer, or is there more to the story? Technical hurdles, infrastructure limits, or practical trade-offs that need to be addressed? That's the question we need to explore next. That said, there are a few reasons why it's important to keep this announcement in perspective. Many researchers and industry experts are skeptical about BYD's 5-minute promise and want to see more data on what they actually mean by that. Two things influence how fast you can charge an EV: the speed of the charger and what the car can accept. You need both. In the US, The fastest chargers are DC fast, which carry a maximum 350 kilowatts charge, about a third of the 1000 kilowatts BYD is promising. Some Tesla superchargers are 350 kilowatts, as are chargers from other providers, but these tend to be less plentiful than slower ones. Only about 22% of all chargers in the US are this fast. But the car itself also has to have a platform that can accept a fast charge. One of the fastest charging vehicles available in the US is the Lucid Air, which can charge up to 200 miles of range in just 12 minutes at a DC fast charger, thanks to a more than 900-volt platform, about 100 volts shy of BYD's claimed capability. Cars from the Hyundai Motor Group have an 800-volt platform, which enables them to charge from 10% to 80% in as little as 18 to 20 minutes. The Tesla Model Y can accept a 250 kilowatts charge maximum. Simple math would suggest a BYD accepting a 1000 kilowatts charge should be able to charge 4 times faster than a Model Y. But that's not how it works. Batteries are sensitive. Think of it like stuffing clothes into your washing machine at a very rapid pace. As it gets almost full and you're still stuffing them very rapidly, it deforms. The washing machine itself, it's no longer able to spin in perfect circles. It gets bent out of shape, and all of a sudden, the washing machine isn't working properly. This is exactly what happens with batteries. An EV doesn't charge at maximum speed all the time, it's more like a curve that rises and falls. When you plug your car in, electricity starts flowing into the battery at a trickle up to about that 10 or 20% mark. Then, from around that point to the 80% mark, charging speeds up and at some point reaches the fastest speed the charger can provide and the battery can accept, say, 350 kilowatts. That's the sweet spot. That's why you see companies advertise that their cars can charge from 10 or 20% to 80% in just 18 minutes or whatever. But even in this 20 to 80% range, it's still only charging at its maximum speed for a short time and is mostly charging at a slightly lower rate. After 80%, it slows back down to a trickle. As a battery gets more and more full over 80% and you're still jamming energy in there, it tends to bend the structure of the cells itself. That could lead to a fire, shortened battery life, or other bad things happening. There are things you can do to mitigate this. You can use a better cooling system, an expensive cooling system. You can use very expensive battery chemistry that is more resistant to degradation. But there's another wrinkle. Data suggests the faster the charging speed, the sooner it has to slow down from its top speed. It's not some kind of silver bullet or new kind of magic. Every higher power will be a little bit faster, but it's totally not linear. It's not that 1000 kilowatts is double 500 or 4 times more than 250, it's just a little bit faster. In order to make this work at its maximum potential, you need a charger that can even handle those speeds. In terms of the rollout of that charging infrastructure, you have to put a lot of money and infrastructure in place even before those vehicles are being rolled out. BYD has announced that they are aiming to do 4,000 megawatt chargers in China, and that would help charge their own vehicles. But elsewhere, there isn't as much news on building out this dominant megawatt charging infrastructure for passenger cars. So in short, batteries have physical limitations. There are ways of compensating for them, but that means bigger batteries, which can increase weight and cost, or using expensive battery chemistry and cooling systems, which again increase cost. Then you need to build chargers that are capable of delivering that power, which is also technically challenging and expensive. That said, this is no vaporware. Tesla is frequently criticized for failing to deliver what it promises on schedule, or deliver at all. Given BYD's history and technological prowess, they will likely deliver. It's just a matter of time. Price isn't the only advantage Chinese EV makers possess. China's hyper-competitive market has fostered a culture of aggressive one-upmanship, with companies constantly trying to outdo each other with new features and technologies. BYD now holds 25,000 individual patents backed by 100,000 engineers working relentlessly on innovation. While their 5-minute charging technology is only lab-proven so far, it signals a critical shift. Chinese automakers aren't just competing on cost anymore, they are competing on innovation. This competitive environment creates a cycle where breakthrough announcements come in rapid succession. What truly rattles the industry isn't just BYD's current capabilities, but what their technological pipeline suggests is coming next. Their goal of 10 million new energy vehicles globally isn't far-fetched given their trajectory. Whether this specific charging technology delivers exactly as promised is almost beside the point. The message is unmistakable: China isn't merely participating in the EV race, it's determined to win it. The question becomes whether Western automakers can match this pace of innovation. For companies like Tesla and traditional manufacturers, the threat has evolved. It's no longer just about competing with affordable Chinese vehicles, it's about facing rivals who are outpacing them technologically. Tesla disrupted legacy automakers, but now faces disruption itself. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in the automotive landscape. Companies that dominated for a century are struggling to remain relevant as BYD and other Chinese manufacturers redefine what's possible in electric vehicles. Will Western automakers catch up, or is this a decisive turning point in automotive history? The next few years will be critical in determining whether China cements its leadership in the industry or faces effective competition from established players. The future of transportation is being shaped at this moment, and it's charging up faster than anyone anticipated.